Guys, it's Will here from W.T.F Car Reviews, and today we got something pretty cool. So we have a 2018 Mazda 6, and this Mazda 6 comes equipped with a 6-speed manual transmission.
Alright guys, before we start, I got to give a huge thank you to Tyrone Square Mazda here in beautiful St. Petersburg, Florida. These guys are the only dealership in Florida that has a 6-speed manual Mazda 6, and there's only 23 for sale in the entire country right now, so huge thanks to them for letting me review this car. Obviously this review would not be possible without them. So if you're in the market for a new car in the Florida area, I would definitely check these guys out.
So for those of you guys who don't know, the Mazda 6 is Mazda's mid-size sedan. It competes with vehicles like the Honda Accord, Toyota Camry, Nissan Altima, Kia K5, and even the Hyundai Sonata. So this has been the enthusiast choice of mid-size sedan for quite a while now, because the driving dynamics here are a little bit sharper than competition. The steering response, the shifter for manual transmissions that we have here is much better than the competition shifters. More steering feel, better driving dynamics. It's a big reason why enthusiasts choose this as their mid-size sedan. So we're going to jump right into it, see what makes this car so special. But let's start out right in front. So immediately you see these projector beam HID headlights. So they work very well. And you got a nice daytime running strip right above, so your turn signal is right here next to it. I'm not a huge fan of this chrome trim. I wish they would have smoked it out a little bit, make it look a little bit more aggressive, but that's not a big deal because as you come front, you get this really nice blacked out grille, and you get a lot of air going into your radiator. And yes, this is a radiator for this 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine. But other than that, guys, I really like the design of this grille. I think it works very well with this sleek overall design. But come down, you do get a nice blacked out splitter with a little bit more airflow for your radiator. You don't get fog lights here, not expected, but you also don't get any vents for aerodynamics or braking capability. But let's follow along the side over here. So let's check out these wheels and tires. So these are going to be 17-inch rims. They're going to be wrapped in 225/55 R17 Geo Tour tires. So I've never really heard of these tires, but these 225 tires should be wide enough for this car. But we'll check out the overall handling capabilities and grip once we take this car out for a drive. But let's continue along over here. You don't get smart access. This is just a base package, so it wouldn't really be expected. You get a pretty large mirror, and it takes up mostly the whole frame, but you don't get blind spot monitoring, but not a big deal. The mirror is pretty large, so you should be able to get the job done. Of course, same wheel setup back here. You don't get push to open, but we'll check out where the latch is on the inside. But stepping out back, so one thing I like with this car, even for the base package, you get this dual exhaust. So let's check out this rear end real quick and then start this car up and hear how it sounds. But you can check out these taillights. They are not LEDs, but they still look pretty good overall design. And your reverse light right here. But again, more chrome trim. It would have been nice if they smoked it out a little bit, but still pretty good overall design. So let's just take one last step back and let's start this Mazda 6 up and hear how she sounds. All right, so that was of course a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine sold by Mazda. So let's open this hood up and check it out. So this latch is extremely tough to access. I may have to use 2 hands, but okay. We don't get a strut here, and everything's incredibly hot. So I'm not sure how long I can do this for, but let's figure it out. Wow, that was insanely hot, guys. So that's why I don't like prop rods. I really do wish they added struts, but not a big deal, of course. You can still open up the hood and do whatever you want with it. One thing I don't like, of course, the batteries on the driver's side, and the engine's not really positioned too far to the left. So overall balance may be not perfect, but this vehicle, as you guys know, it handles extremely well. So whatever Mazda did with the overall design when it comes to balance, definitely did a good job. So immediately when you check out in front of the strut towers, there's no true braces, but there are these pretty strong frames that are screwed right above the strut tower. So that's what helps you get like a very stiff chassis that helps you get the ultimate overall handling in this mid-size sedan. No, the engine's not positioned as far back as it could be. It is hanging over the nose a little bit. But again, we'll check out the overall balance and driving dynamics once we take this car out for a drive. So you come up in front of the radiator. You don't get any supports here, no braces in front over here, but not a big deal. Again, we're going to check out the handling capabilities once we take this car out on the road. But we're going to close this hood up right now and then check out the interior. Okay, so stepping inside the Mazda 6 base. So Immediately you notice up top, you're gonna get soft touch materials. That's very nice for a base trim that costs around $25,000. You come down below it, you get a nice little design over here. It's not real brushed aluminum, but it does look like it. Beneath it, you do get some real brushed aluminum, which fits pretty flushly with your aluminum door handle. Come down below, you get real stitched leather. This is extremely high quality, especially for a base package. The competition definitely does not offer this for their base packages. Beneath this, not the softest leather, but it is padded really, really well, so it shouldn't be any problems when it comes to your elbow. But down here you get storage, and it is rubberized, so stuff's not gonna be flying around. And beneath it you get a huge storage compartment. You probably can't fit a 12-ounce bottle in here, but you can fit a bunch of snacks, and it'll definitely fill up with trash pretty quickly. But check it out over here. So you have one touch windows for all four, so you just one touch right there, and you see it comes right down. That's probably not the best window to show you, but watch this. One touch and it comes down. The window stickers are on it, of course, so I just messed that up, but not a big deal. It just still show you guys one touch. But let's step inside and check out what we got in here. So let's lower this air down by a couple. But okay, so first thing you notice is the steering wheel. So you get really, really good 9 and 3 slots. You get pretty good 10 and 2 bolstering too, and really good overall thickness. So great steering wheel, no complaints at all. This car has about 20,000 miles on it. It is a 2018, and the steering wheel is holding up absolutely perfectly. No scratches, no chips, no paint starting to fade. So Mazda definitely killed it with this steering wheel. You got steering wheel controls, of course. You got your volume and the skip on the same side. That's nice, because on my car, you got volume and skip on opposite sides, and it's kind of annoying when you're driving with one hand. But beneath it, of course, you got your Bluetooth settings. You got your cruise control settings right next to it too. So when it comes to turn signals, not the highest quality turn signals, not like the Kia and Hyundai turn signals. Those guys have been absolutely killing it. But they're definitely not bad. They don't stick out like a sore thumb when it comes to cheapness. So that's all you can really ask for when it comes to turn signals. Same with your wipers too. But check out these gauges. So you got about 6,200 RPM tachometer. You got a digital, you got an analog speedometer. In the middle, it goes to 160, and you got a nice little infotainment display where you got your coolant temperature, you got your mileage, and it tells you how much gas you have too. So here comes the cool part. You get a standard touchscreen on all Mazda 6s. So this is a real touchscreen, but you also have a dial over here where you can control between music settings. You got your auto memory, you got favorites, you got HD radio channels. But let's pop out of here and go back to the home screen. So this is your entertainment setup. Okay, let's check it out. So you got your navigation, you have overall settings. So let's check out what kind of settings we got. So you can turn the display off. You got your safety settings. So you can turn off your city brake support. You can turn off your blind spot monitoring system if you would like to for some reason. Of course, you got sound settings. You got clock, for vehicle settings. Let's check those out. So you can adjust your lighting, you can adjust your turn signals and door locks. Of course, you got device settings. You got system settings such as tooltips, VR examples, language. This is all basically just the stuff you would see on your infotainment setup. But that's about it, guys. Let's pop out of here and just check out the rest of this interior. You also have apps. Let's check it out. So of course you got HD radio, fuel economy monitor, and a vehicle status monitor. That's your apps. But let's return to the nav screen. We don't even have it equipped, but that's about it with the touchscreen. So let's just check out the rest of this interior. So coming up top for the dashboard, it's not leather wrapped. You don't expect that, of course, with the base trim, but it is soft touch, so extremely high quality. Mazda has really good fit and finish in this Mazda 6, guys. Very high quality vehicle, especially in the $25,000 range. You definitely can't go wrong there. And of course, this is a certified pre-owned model, so it's going to be heavily discounted, but I'm just talking about the new versions. Beneath that, guys, you have really soft leather trim right here. Super impressive that they gave you that for this package. You got some of the softest dashboard leather I have ever felt in my life. This is softer than most armrests. I'm not exaggerating. This is super impressive that they gave you such a soft little area of leather right here. You got your hazard lights with your air vents and that same aluminum-ish trim right underneath the dashboard. So overall, guys, really impressive interior. You do get automatic climate control. That's a standard feature, and you got really high quality dials. So I'm telling you guys, they did not cheapen out with this car. Coming in here, you don't get any wireless charging or anything like that, but it is rubberized. Stuff's not going to be flying around too much, so pretty impressive all around. So we come over here, you got, this is what this car is all about. You got your 6-speed manual shifter. So of course, very good throws. One of the best shifters I've ever felt in my entire life. Definitely nothing to complain about. And you push down all the way to the left and up, and there you have your reverse camera. So it has guidance markers. It doesn't have trajectory, unfortunately, but it does have the lines so you can see where you're really going. But let's get out of here, put it back into neutral, Let's check out the rest of this interior. So you got your parking brake right here. It's unfortunate that you don't get a real e-brake. I wish they offered you that, of course, but not a big deal. It still does the job. Over here you got your settings, so if you don't want to use the touchscreen, you can use this dial over here, and your volume adjustments right here. But okay, so let's continue over here. You got your cup holders. They are also rubberized. You can close this little bin like this, and it closes right up. So this armrest over here too, extremely soft, very high quality armrest. Let's check out the space. So when it comes to space, you don't really get a lot. You might fit like 1 or 2 12-ounce bottles in here if you can squish them in there. But you can pop it up over here. You got 12-volt power outlet. You got 2 USB ports and an aux cord, and you got a little area over here for an SD card. But let's shut this. So I know we haven't checked out the seats yet. Let me move this stuff out of the way real quick. So here you have it, guys. They're very comfortable. They're like 2 separate materials of cloth. So on the outside, this is like a microfiber material, very supportive. It's a little bit stiffer than the inside, where you're gonna have like really soft cloth. It's almost like wool, guys. It's similar to the GTI seats. If you ever sat in the plaid seats from the GTI, it's just different look, but it's similar to those seats. I like the seats overall, extremely comfortable, and they're still pretty supportive. So overall, for an interior aspect here, guys, Mazda absolutely killed it. Let's pop this little glove box over here. Check out the space. It is damped, of course, but not lined with felt. You kind of wouldn't expect it to be, but it's a huge glove box. You could fit like 10, 15 license plates in there if you need to. But yeah, guys, I'm super impressed with the front seat. Let's hop out to the back and see what we got back there. All right, so stepping into the back seat on this 2018 Mazda 6. So the soft touch materials surprisingly do continue for the back. That's super impressive. You really don't see that in this segment very often, especially for the base package. Beneath that little brushed aluminum trim does continue with real aluminum with a very well integrated aluminum door handle. Beneath that, you got some of the softest leather I've ever felt in a base model car. Beneath that, you don't have the softest leather for this material again. I wish they gave you this material leather for this. That would make more sense, but it's still very softly padded, so you're not gonna have any issues at all. And as we mentioned, you have Power One Touch windows. But let's put these back up, and they're Power One Touch on the way back up too. These are rubberized little storage bins, and you have very good storage capability over here. And unlike the front, you do have a little slot for a water bottle. Let's continue into these seats. Let's check them out. So you got the same little design with the softer cloth with the microfiber on the outside. The seat goes all the way to the door frame, so it's going to be very couch-like, and that's a lot of legroom. So let's check out the overall legroom with me sitting behind my seat settings. So again, I'm 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and I have like 6 to 8 inches of legroom still. So absolutely nothing to complain about all around. Only small complaint I have is that there's no air vents for the back seat. But that's not a big deal. Of course, most vehicles in this segment for the base models don't offer air vents for the back seat. But what you do get, unlike the Sonata, so for the base model, you do get a little center armrest, which is nice. You got 2-tier storage over here. You can throw some coins, you can throw some pens in there. Coming over here, you can put your phone. It's a good little slot. You got 2 cup holders and very soft overall armrest, so very impressive. So when it comes to overall comfort back here, the seats, very comfortable, pretty supportive still, and legroom is really impressive. So definitely impressed with this car all around. So we checked out the first 2 rows, guys. Let's check out the trunk real quick and take this car out for a drive. All right, guys, so let's check out this trunk. So when you open it up, immediately you see that you have a really large opening, and it goes pretty deeply in there, and the seats do fall down 60-40 split. So if you want to get a TV, if you're worried about fitting it in this car, you absolutely can. And check this out. So yeah, you don't get any struts, but these are protected. So when you do fill this car up to the top with cargo, you're not gonna have to worry about crushing your cargo with your hinges, because they are gonna be put in these little slots over here. So they definitely thought it through, guys. This is a great little cargo capacity for the rear. So let's shut this trunk up and take one last step back, and let's take this car out for a drive. All right, guys, so now we've just about seen everything there is to see with the inside and outside of the 2018 Mazda 6 with a 6-speed manual. Let's take it out for a drive and see how she really performs. So immediately, this clutch, it's extremely linear. It engages towards the bottom, so you don't really have to release too far before the clutch starts to engage. So that's always nice to have. But all right, stepping onto this road over here. So again, the clutch, super easy to use. The shifter, very easy to use too. So we got the speed bump right here. Yeah, it hits it very well. So not a lot of torque in this engine. You do have to rev it out to about like 2,500 before you really get any power, but not a big deal. No auto rev match either. You're gonna have to do it yourself. But okay, slowing down for this. Okay, so very soft ride. It's very refined. You don't really hear much. Even the engine's not very loud. So very luxurious all around. Obviously, if you're buying this car with a 6-speed manual, you're probably not buying it for luxury. You're buying it for driving dynamics. So let's check out exactly that. So stepping onto this road over here, we'll step on it a little bit. You can chirp the second gear a little bit. But yeah, so this car, it's not like it's not the fastest car. You don't buy it for it to be the fastest car, but it's pretty fun to drive. We're gonna try to find a little bit of a twisty back road so we can really see how this vehicle can perform in the corners. But in terms of acceleration, it's not bad. I would say if you could shift the gears quickly, you can get this car to 60 around 7 seconds, maybe a little bit more than 7 seconds, but it's not a slow car. But again, you're not buying this car to blow people away in terms of speed. But this shifter, it's one of the best shifters I've ever used. Wow, it is. You can feel those gears so crisply. It's truly great going through the gears in this car. I love it. But all right, guys, stepping onto this road over here. So just barely accelerating. There's not a lot of torque in the low end, but it's definitely enough for the street. But this gearbox, I'm telling you guys, it is so nice to just roll through the gears in this car. It's so crisp and precise. It's truly remarkable. But all right, so we have a speed bump over here. After the speed bump, we also have a nice little turn. So let's check it out. So up to speed, brakes, throwing it in. Whoo, sharp. The steering's a little long. You definitely have to move the wheel quite a bit to get the car to do what you need it to do. But again, guys, this car is so fun to shift through the gears. Whew. Okay, guys. We got a little bit of a road with some curves. So let's check it out. Whew. Okay. Throwing it in. Guys, this car can handle very flat. And we're not slowing down to these turns. Right here we will. Okay. Throwing it in. And coming out. Very nice, guys. Very, very good handling. And it is pretty quick coming out of the turns. Not a lot of torque, but not really expected either. So not a very big deal. But so we have a little bit of a straight line right here. It'll be a good opportunity to see this car's overall acceleration. But we're gonna get stopped and situated over here, and then I'll catch back with you guys. But all right, guys, we're not gonna launch it, but just rolling into it. Let's check it out. Ooh, a little wheel spin. A little bit of chirp in second gear. Ooh. Yeah, we're not gonna push it much farther than that, but I hope you get the sense. This thing's pretty quick. It'll definitely get to 60 in about like 7 seconds. Ooh. Yeah, this is definitely a fun car, guys. I could definitely see why enthusiasts go with this car for the mid-size segment. But that's about it in terms of aggressive driving. We're gonna calm down a little bit, and we'll just see how this car is overall in terms of cruising. But okay. Yeah, so for daily driving, guys, very doable. Again, the clutch is extremely easy to use. The shifter is incredibly notchy. You know exactly what gear you're in at all times. And the handling is really good too. The steering, it's extremely sharp. There's absolutely zero play in the steering at all. I'm not exaggerating that either. There's literally zero play. So what I recommend this car for you, if you're looking for like a first car, if you want to have a fun, reliable first car, you want a decent amount of space, you want good performance, but you also want very good fuel economy, this is a great car to buy. It's going to hold its value incredibly well. They did not make or sell a lot of these cars when they were new, so they're very limited. So for example, Tyrone Square Mazda here in beautiful St. Petersburg, Florida, these guys are one of the only guys in Florida that have this car. So it's a very rare car, so I had to jump on it as soon as I saw the car on the lot. So I'm very grateful that these guys let me drive this car. It's a really good car. It's a great shifter, great steering, guys. Very, very sporty chassis too. So if you want a sporty, fun first car, if you just want a nice family car that you can shift the gears in, I really don't see how you can go wrong. It's a very, very good all-around vehicle. So what I recommended for you, absolutely. Would I recommend it to somebody that wants like a true performance car? Probably not. It's not the fastest vehicle. It's not going to really throw you in the seat. It's just going to overall reward you with a very good experience behind the wheel. But all in all, guys, huge thanks to Tyrone Square Mazda for making this review possible. Again, they have a really impressive inventory. Like, how many dealerships have a 6-speed Mazda 6? Like, that's very rare, guys. I wasn't even totally sure that they still made the 6-speed Mazda 6s. So as soon as I saw it, of course, I had to jump on the opportunity. So yeah, huge thanks to them for making this review possible. But again, I'm super impressed with this car all around. It's one of the best mid-sized vehicles you could buy. And once you factor in this car's not just price, but also driving dynamics and all around bang for your buck deal, it's really great all around, guys. So you're paying around 25,000 bucks, but you're not just getting a practical mid-sized sedan. You're also getting a pretty sporty, fun little car. I wouldn't say little car. It is relatively big, I guess. It's definitely competitive with the mid-sized segment. I fit in the back seat with absolutely no problems at all. But let's get this car brought back to Tyrone Square Mazda, guys. Again, super grateful for them. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe if you're already subscribed. Thank you so much. Without you guys, this channel will not be possible. I have endless gratitude for all you guys that are subscribed. But if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Join the W.T.F family. Leave a like. It'll help me out with the YouTube algorithm too. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. But other than that, guys, I had a great time filming this video for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it half as much as I enjoyed making it. But other than that, I hope all you guys have a great day.